Welcome to the World United. Welcome to the World United.
Once again, welcome everybody. Yes, my name is Manya Podratz. I am honored. I'm honored to moderate for you today. I'm honored to introduce you as artists, as speakers, as spiritual seekers, and light sharers here today. And again, I'm so excited to have you all here. And James, whenever you are ready, I'm honored. I'm going to go right ahead and introduce you a little bit. So James Harkness is going to be our first speaker here this morning. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us, share your light here with us. James is an artist who is currently actually performing on Broadway, and his journey has been guided by faith, by his faith in what is possible and the belief in what you continue to put positively out and in what you do, even if it is difficult. So his faith has carried him through quite a few obstacles, keeping him going even if things seem tough. So choosing positivity always. And his belief has always taught him that the good things that you put out there will return to you. And I'm looking forward to hearing you share a little bit more about those experiences with us now.
Hey everybody, how are you guys? This morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever we are all coming from. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I've actually been a little nervous about this whole thing because when Sean invited me and I was like, global transformation, what am I going to add to this? And I went through a couple of different things that I thought I wanted to talk about. And then yesterday I had two experiences that brought me to what I feel like the core foundation of something like global transformation is, which is love. And I went and I looked up the definition of love. And I think we've probably all done this at some point in time. So Sean told me that I could do a screen share. I've never done this before, but we're going to give it a shot. So I'm going to screen share. So we're going to see what happens. Sharing screen. Is anything showing? Okay. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work.
Usually when you click on share screen, it would ask you which file or which window of your screen you want to share.
Yeah,
like right
I'm
there.
trying to share the Google Chrome and it's not, I have it on my desktop, but it's not showing to you guys, which is unfortunate because there's a couple of things that I wanted to share with you and I don't know if this is going to work. Yes. Okay. This is terrible.
If nothing else, you could try to chat it over to me and I can see if I can maybe display it from my end for you.
Okay, well, I'll just,
Madra, one thing I could say about sharing the screen is the host usually has to allow us to share the screen. So it will not work for any of us unless you are facilitating us. She has to say, I allow you to share.
Yes, I am not the host either, but I have been told that
can share the screen by default.
Yes, that is.
And you need not be a co-host to share the screen. The settings are arranged in this way. Anyone can share the screen by default.
But it's not working.
Try it one more time, James.
Allow Zoom to, maybe it is me. 1 second.
It's It's just being the first, okay? So you are having the fun with the techniques here today for all of us.
Okay, is that doing it? Nothing's happening. Screen. Well, here's while I'm doing this, I'm going to continue talking because can you still hear me? Love is one of those things. It's an action word, and that's the thing that is so important. I think we have used the word love so many times in so many ways. It's been in so many slogans, and that sometimes it ends up feeling just like that. It ends up being something that you plaster on a wall, you plaster it on a commercial, and you forget what the foundation of it is. And it is also something that we have also placed so much importance on in so many ways, like finding the greatest love of your life, et cetera, that we do forget that love is simply an action word, and it is about showing care. And yesterday, the show that I'm with on Broadway, Ain't Too Proud, we took a journey because we're working on something that's really cool that I cannot share with you. So you just have to stay tuned to Ain't Too Proud. But we were on the train coming back to New York City. Our management had rented us a private car so that we could be careful during COVID, et cetera, et cetera. At one of the stops, two people walked into the train from the platform into our car. So of course, all of us immediately were alert because these two people were not supposed to be in the car. And obviously they didn't know at the time that they weren't supposed to be, but there was something about the way that they walked in to the space that they weren't aware. So once they were made aware of the fact that the car was private, instead of being understanding, their whole attitude shifted and they sat down. Now, the thing about the situation is everyone in the car except for two people looked like myself. The two people getting on the train looked nothing like myself. So we found ourselves in a situation which, we have this word that has been put out there, Karens, and which is an unfortunate thing that has to be labeled a person who has the name of Karen. And I have some beautiful people in my life named Karen, but we had this situation happening and it started to escalate because this particular individual did not want to leave. And they looked at a car full of people that looked like myself and said, no. And then started to say, once we brought management into the train car, said, these people have been yelling at us, et cetera, which none of that was the case. And they finally got their stuff and went. But I found myself finally in the face, finally is the wrong word, but I knew it was going to happen eventually, in the face of a moment like that we have seen on our computer screens, on our television screens so often as of recent. And I realized again, people have forgotten that about care. And care extends not just from who we are and what we need, but that has to be something that extends out to everyone. And care is something that is easy. It's quite an easy thing to do. And that situation also brought up something that I have been thinking a lot about over this last couple of years, especially these last 18 months, and it's about tolerance. And if you know if you've ever looked up the word tolerance or tolerate, tolerate means that you are, I'll read one of the definitions: allow the existence, occurrence, or practice of something without interference, to accept or endure something that you dislike, something that is unpleasant to you. And I thought about that with human beings and how a lot of times people have been tolerating things that they don't like. And that comes into how we treat each other. And I was like, I think tolerance is actually not a wonderful word. A person shouldn't have to tolerate another human being. What I also always feel is that people need to learn how to understand, how to believe, and how to care. And I had written this song a while back called Tolerate Me. And I hadn't done anything with it until we were in this time that we are in. And the song, and I wanted to be able to share it with you. And for some reason, I'm not able to share this. Oh, wait a minute. I think something has shifted. Can you see that? No? Darn it. I have to give up. I give up. Oh, wait, did that do it? Did it do it?
Something's happening. I think it's trying to come in. You need to move your screen a little bit down.
Okay, I will definitely do that.
Yeah, we can only see your eyes.
So now is that you're seeing the screen? Let me do this now. Can you see all of that?
Yes, excellent.
Yes.
Hey,
Perfect.
so that is me during COVID when I had longer hair.
Never give up.
Never give up. Never give up. Thank you, Sean Perry. So I wrote this song about tolerance because as things had been shifting in our world, I was looking at how people were looking at me. I was seeing how people were looking at friends of mine of different colors in this country, and we've all watched throughout this time that we globally shared together. And this is one of the things about this time, this last 18 months and change that we've been through. I feel like this is the first time that we have dealt with something as a global community through the pandemic, through Black Lives Matter, through Representation Matters, through Me Too. This is something that has resonated around the globe, and this is something that we have all been sharing. So I performed the song for the first time, and I'd like to share it with you. So if you'll indulge me that. Can you hear?
What do you see when you're staring at me? Is that fear in your eyes? Do I frighten thee? I see you shift your feet when you stand next to me. If you could change the world, would I even breathe? They say the eyes are windows to the soul. What I see in your eyes leaves me so cold. Don't just tolerate me, learn to see me, try to hear me, don't demand me. If you try, put away your fears, then maybe you'll understand me. In darkness we are all the same, it's only our eyes playing the game. Can you see beyond what you see? Then maybe there's hope for you and me. So don't just tolerate me. You shoot from your lips, then you aim it at me. Why do you need to tear down my self-esteem? Swimming in hatred streams, feeding off ancient dreams, you pass it on again and again. How do we turn this world around? How do you change a man? The die is cast, it's hard to break the mold. That's what they say, but do we have to live in stories already told? So don't just tolerate me, learn to see me, try to hear me, don't demand me. If you try, put away your fears, then maybe you'll understand me. In darkness we are all the same, it's only our eyes playing the game. Can you see beyond what you see? Then maybe there's hope for you and me. I know it ain't easy as 1, 2, 3, a cringe beat. But if we let our guards down with empathy, then we may see places we can make some room for humanity to bloom. So if you believe, and I believe, it's a start. So don't just tolerate me when you see me, try to hear me, don't demand me. If you try, put away your fears, then maybe you'll understand me. In darkness we are all the same, it's only our eyes playing the game. Can you see beyond what you see? Then maybe there's hope for you and me. So don't just tolerate me. Yes. Ooh, yeah, nah. Don't. Yeah. Tolerance is not a good thing. Tolerance means that you're putting up with something that you don't really care about, something that you don't really want to deal with. You shouldn't tolerate another human being. Try understanding.
Okay, I don't know how to get out of that.
Just click on the green bottom at the bottom of your screen once again, the green button, and then it would say stop screen share.
Oh, stop
Can you
share.
see that? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Very cool song, cool message. Thank you so much, James. Your time is up. So,
thank you guys
yes,
so much for just taking
thank you
moment.
so much for your input.
Blessings to you all.
Thank you so much. Please stick around for our panel discussion in a little bit, because I'm sure that the others have some feedback for you too, or maybe, you know, some additions to, you know, the seed that you just planted here. Thank you so much.
I will stay around as long as I can. I do have to get ready for work, but I will stay around because I'm really honored to be able to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, that was a pretty good start. I hope you agree.